Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Becca with House of Lenormand, and today is Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. And I'm watching the Inspector General Horowitz at the Senate Judiciary asking questions about the report that William Barr is lying about. And I found a tweet on Twitter from Glenn Kirscher. And I'm sure you guys probably know who he is. He makes appearances on MSNBC on various shows. And what he tweeted was, I'm just going to, paraphrase this, is that the Inspector General can open up an investigation into Barr for misconduct, for misrepresenting the investigations and everything else that he's doing. So I asked this question here, this 3-card spread, to ask if he would open up an investigation into William Barr for misconduct. We have the snake, which is negative, the bear, which is neutral, the birds, which is neutral. So it's not giving me a clear yes or no. It's just saying maybe. Perhaps he has knowledge that there's a pair of people here that are presented by the bear. So perhaps Barr and Mango Mussolini. So he may have knowledge that what they're saying, what they're speaking, it's false. This person, he's lying for the boss verbally. This is malicious gossip here. He's spreading falsehoods, and so is the other person here. So since it didn't give me a clear yes, no, I asked for 1-card clarifier, and we got the coffin, which is a no. He's not going to open up an investigation into Barr for misconduct, probably because there's 2 of these here that are powerful protectors. So I'm sure he is aware that Barr is participating and spreading a bunch of lies and all that stuff on behalf of Mango Mussolini, and Mango Mussolini's doing the same. But there's powerful protection here. This is almost like a bully. Someone very large, very powerful in a position of authority. That's whatever they're saying, it's bad. So it doesn't look like it. I'm going to see if I can think of another question, and I will be right back. Everyone, welcome back. So this double line of 5 here was to ask, how does Horowitz see what Barr is doing? We have the tower, the key, the book, the coffin, and the child. And then down here we have the bouquet, the heart, the whip, the woman, and the mountain. So he may have knowledge of something that he's burying and keeping secret from an institution. Perhaps this could be the Justice Department. This could be other chambers within the government. But there's something quite possibly here in a safe that he's keeping from the government. It's like it's closed off. It's highly classified. Nobody can get into it. And then there's something new or something small going on here, perhaps quite literally with a child. And the only reason that I'm saying that is because we have a woman here. She's got the coffin right above her, and she's got the child really close by. This may be a woman, perhaps in Barr's family, that, I don't know, maybe his daughter here, someone who is quite ill, perhaps with an illness that's recurring. I mean, that's a possibility, so maybe that's a sob story and he feels sorry for her. For him, I'm not quite sure. And then down here, we're seeing that there is a lot of anger and a lot of hatred here. There's not any happiness. And then there's a woman that is blocked, or an obstacle that a woman is going to be facing. This person, whoever this is, I don't know if this is his daughter or another woman here, she's got big problems ahead. He does recognize that he's blocking institutions. He's obstructing the government here. And perhaps he could be doing this in an effort to perhaps help whoever this woman is here. I mean, something to do with his daughter. I don't know. There's a lot of sorrow here. There's a lot of a significant amount of sadness, perhaps, in this institution here. if this is the DOJ, the FBI, or perhaps other areas of the government, because central to the reading, we have the book, which is secrets, and then we have the whip. So it's kind of like there may be a pattern of keeping secrets, a pattern of covering stuff up and burying things, but it's like it's buried in an area where the access is completely closed off. This may be something like a safe or some sort of highly classified box, a black box, something like that, to where information is being kept away, or dark secrets from the government, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps surrounding something new, or perhaps something that has to do with a child here. Because here, what's interesting is that this is a happy sexual affair here, with the woman, and then there's an obstacle or a block here. This whip here knights to the child. This could be a new pattern. This could be some sort of a new problem, a new argument, but it's looking like, simply because we have this right here, and then this, if this is not in reference to a daughter that he has that is ill, it could also be in regards to the abuse of that for sexual stuff here. And maybe there's some sort of a black box, a black book, a closed off drawer, something that's highly classified that has all of the important government secrets there. It's closed off. And I don't know why this would be talking about a sexual affair with perhaps younger women. I'm not seeing anything here that says that there's someone that's protecting. I'm not seeing the dog. I'm not seeing the bear. What I am seeing is that he's trying to he's blocking the government here, obstructing the government. And there's something that's highly classified up here that's closed off. It's completely closed off, and it has to do perhaps with a child, and this stuff down here that's going on with pretty young girls and perhaps sexual affairs here, and blocking that. There's an important woman here with the key knighting over to the woman. There's an important woman here, or a woman that has knowledge of it. There's a lot of, huge sorrow here with the heart knighting over to the coffin. That could be like a love affair that ends, or a love affair that's completely shut down. We're seeing secrets here in regards to gifts. It could also be in regards to a woman here, because the bouquet is the Queen of Hearts. So there may be something here, again, that's a young woman that perhaps was a child at one point, and there was some significant abuse here that's being kept secret. But that doesn't explain, I don't know, maybe he does have knowledge of the dirty little secrets that he's obstructing the government from, to protect Trump from these women down here. Because if this is not in regards to abuse, criticism, and patterns, this is also sex. That's just, that's blowing my mind. Here we're seeing the book knighting over to the mountain. This is secrets that are being blocked. So what, like I said earlier, this is like a black box, a black book, a server. It's highly classified and nobody can get into it, and it's blocked here. There's abuse of a child, the end of a relationship, or a very painful ending to a relationship, secrets around young girls. And then here with the corners, we have a young girl. We have the child mirroring over here to the bouquet. That could be a girl that is very pretty, very young. And then we can see her blocking the government here. This here could be a happy institution. It could be an institution that has something to do with perhaps gifts that are being given to the government, or government gifts this way, or institutional gifts. This could also be quite literally a beautiful tower. So perhaps something to do with one of his buildings, or I mean, you know, a shopping mall. This is about a significant affair, a significant love, passion here. Repetitive secrets or sexual secrets here. Bearing something from a woman or a woman that is no longer with us, or a woman that may be very, very ill. And then here we're seeing new obstacles and new delays. So he may have knowledge about something that Barr is doing, covering up sexual affairs with, and I'm not going to say it because of YouTube, but that right there, and this is sexual. And like I said, he may also have knowledge about something that's going on, perhaps with a daughter that's quite ill or something like that. But he may have knowledge that he's doing this because he's trying to cover up all these dirty secrets up here around this. I don't know why this would be coming up. I really don't, because the question was, how does he see what William Barr is doing? And he sees that he's covering up all this sexual dirty shit back here. That has to do with that. I don't know if this is if there's another area of the government that is still doing this ongoing, or if this is in regards to the passing of that one dude that just accidentally happened to suicide himself in jail, which is BS. And I believe that those investigations are ongoing, and William Barr is overseeing that. But this is popping up, and I don't know why. I don't know why. If you guys have any ideas or any questions, please let me know down below, and I will make another video, because this has got me scratching my head about how does he see what he's doing, and we're getting all this sexual stuff here with these. So let me see if I can figure out another question, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this line of 3 here was to ask if Horowitz has knowledge that Barr is covering up Mango Mussolini's affairs with, you know, pretty young things. I'm just going to put it that way. We have the ship, which is neutral, the crossroads, which is neutral, and then we have the storks, which is positive. This is saying yes. There may have been multiple trips made overseas to a faraway location, perhaps by air or quite possibly by boat. And there were several, and perhaps there's several avenues as well here. And it also looks like, because this is leaving and returning, so he may have some sort of knowledge of something may have gotten rerouted here. This is like you going on a trip and then you take a detour, and it changes your plans. But it's saying yes, like there was a trip that was scheduled, and then there was some sort of a detour or a change of plans to that perhaps itinerary. But this right here would be like travel by air, like an airplane, rerouting an airplane, rerouting a flight path. But there was a change, or perhaps this is just saying that they're looking at multiple avenues. But yes, it ends in a positive here. It says yes. Okay, everyone, welcome back. So this double line of 5 here was to ask why he will not open up an investigation into misconduct. We have the house, the scythe, the child, the birds, and the fish. And then down here we have the moon, the ring, the clouds, the stars, and the coffin. So it looks like one possibility here is that they may have threatened him and his family, perhaps danger to a child. I don't know if he's got 2 children, because we have the birds here. Perhaps there's been a threat to his children. You know, I don't know. But then there's conversations about money or business here. This could also be saying that the house is about to separate and they're in the early stages of negotiating something that had to do with money. This right here could also be in regards to the phone call, some sort of phone call on a smartphone here. I don't know if this would be like on a Twitter, but it's a phone call about money or a meeting about money. Down here, we're seeing that there's a commitment to his career. He's really committed to his career, but there's a lot of confusion and a lot of worry, a lot of doubt that this would go anywhere and it would get shut down here. Because it ends here, this double line of 5 here ends with the coffin, which is something gets shut down, something gets closed off. So perhaps he's worried that, you know, even if he does try to do it, they're going to shut him down anyways. And perhaps shut the house down as well. This could be a family loss, loss of property that gets shut down. This here is bankruptcy. So perhaps there may have been some, I mean, I'm erring on the side of caution here, you know, because even though I'm not seeing the whip, you know, but for retaliation, but it's kind of like, you know, property foreclosure, bankruptcy here, a new loss here, or new losses that could be coming if he does go that route, besides ending his career this way, and not just ending his career, but ending any prospects that he may have outside of this institution or this administration, like complete ruin here, because it ends with the coffin. Let me see here. There's a severed relationship here, a broken promise here. There's a verbal agreement here, or some sort of a phone call to reach an agreement. There's internet hacking here. There's confusion and obscuring, clouding over, shadowy money here. So perhaps this just goes as far as the investigations into the meetings and the phone calls that were made between the campaign, the family, and internet hacking for the elections, even though I'm not seeing the crossroads here. But the question was in regards to why will he not open up an investigation? And it looks like he's worried about them shutting him down. And I'm not talking about just shutting down his career. I'm talking about him losing everything. Quite possibly his property, his home, his businesses, his money, you know, any hopes that he may have of finding anything new outside of this administration. I mean, I'm sure he's well aware of how nasty these people are. It's like the mob. You know, it's the total mob. It's like they stick to the bad guys, and anybody that's there to, you know, protect and defend, they just absolutely ruin you. And it's not enough to just end your career. It's like absolute ruin. And that's what this coffin here is. It's bankruptcy. It's property foreclosure. It's never finding another career ever again, because we're just going to make you so bad. You know, so this may only go as far as him sticking in his lane and just going as far as like the investigations into hacking something on the internet, perhaps emails, hacking phone calls, perhaps text messages or something verbal that's taking place over technology, a verbal promise. But then there's a lot of, it's like he can see new big problems ahead that are coming up if he even goes that way. And then there's a shutdown here. So you know what I want to read on? I think I want to ask, why is Fred Flintstone, as Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice calls him, why is he so ardent on protecting Mango Mussolini? And I will be right back. Okay, everyone, welcome back. So this double line of 5 here was to see why Barr continues to protect Trump. We have the heart, the mountain, the letter, the cross, the tower, and then down here we have the fox, the man, the birds, the storks and the garden. We can see right off the bat, it's not because he loves them, okay? There's a really big block in that relationship, and it's quite suspicious and manipulative here. And it looks like there may be some sort of religious doctrine that he adheres to. And the reason that I say that is because we have the letter, the cross, and the tower. Now, with the letter mirroring over to the tower, this is an official document, but it's got the cross right in between. So this is telling me that this is more of like a religious document from a very dogmatic institution. So like something from a church right here. We can see here that there's some fraudulence and some sneakiness, manipulation around this man. And there's a pair of men here as well that perhaps had a meeting or a phone call or some sort of conversation that they're looking to use to change and upgrade the country or the community. Now, central to the reading, we have the letter and the birds. This could be in regards to perhaps a document that was penned by two men. This could be a verbal transcript. This could be notes from a meeting, records of a meeting, records of a phone call. But that's central to the reading here. And it ends here with the garden. So this could be because of what's going on back here. It looks like I said, there's no love for this guy. There isn't. There appears to be love for an organization, but that organization is very dogmatic. And perhaps is an organization that he travels by air to go to, like leaving and returning to that institution. So since this is a church and this is a country, it's a very large group of people here. This could be that he only sees him as a means to an end to transform the country into more of a religious institution. Because this church right here, whatever this is, it's a very religious organization, a very religious enterprise this way. He's looking to transform it into that. If this is the legal document, and this may be in reference to perhaps say like the Constitution, he may have disagreements with it. There may be a whole bunch of crap in the Constitution that he does not agree with, and he may be looking to change that, to transform it. Also, this is weird. I mean, and this is not just like any religion, like, when I say religion, like, you're once a year churchgoers. No, this is very dogmatic. It's burdensome. It's heavy. There's an element of some sort of punishment here with the cross because it's your trial. It's a burden, sacrifice. So it's looking like, I mean, there's something on a document here, perhaps written by two men, and not him and that other dude that are opening up that BS investigation right now. There's also another document that's religious, quite possibly by two men, that he adheres to and he's looking to transform. So he basically sees this guy as just a means to an end to achieving this back here. Perhaps the issue that he takes with, if this is in regards to the Constitution, the legal document, perhaps the issue that he has with that is separation of church and state. Because here you have the church, here you have the state. So that may be what he's looking to change and transform, where there is no separation and all institutions are dogmatic. We can see here that this could also be in reference to that report that him and his little bud are writing up to change, facts and spin it, put a spin on it that's very positive for the country and for the party itself. But that document is fraudulent with the Fox Knighting over to the letter. That's a fraudulent document. That's a fraudulent investigation, or the findings of the investigation that will be talked about. I don't know when this is supposed to come out, because this is December, but then this is like the spring right here. It's the change of seasons, so spring and winter this way. And this is more like the spring as well. So I don't know if they're expecting that document that him and his buddy are in the middle of investigating to perhaps come out to the public around the spring. But that's here as well. But, you know, the question was, why is he continuing to protect Trump? And it looks like it's this right here. There's a disagreement with a legal document about the separation of church and state, because here he sees the marriage. See how close these two are together? This is a church and this is the state. So it's almost like he feels that there should be no separation at all, because these are religious institutions. We can see here that he's helping him overcome obstacles here. And then there's meetings and conversations perhaps with the government or perhaps with other religious organizations here, because the tower is so close to the cross. Meetings, negotiations. Perhaps he has some sort of membership to a club or an organization that's quite religious, that he's looking to help change, upgrade, and transform the country to be more in line with what's going on back here. You know, homeboy needs to take a constitutional history lesson, because we don't do that here in America, but whatever. We can see that he knows that Trump is guilty, with the man having the mountain right over him. That's a burdened man, an obstructed man, a man that's delaying, obstructing, just putting up all sorts of obstacles. And then you can see here that he knights over to the cross. So this man is going to be put on trial and guilty this way. There's no cards here that have the king. We only see the queen and the jack. So I can't say, you know, a monarchy, but with what's going on back here, it's almost like he wants to transform public institutions to be more in line with religious institutions. I'm not seeing the lily, so I can't say more of a conservative leaning. This is very dogmatic right here, like I said earlier. Let me see. Yeah, so there's a fraudulent affair here. So he's fraudulently manipulating him just to, you know, he's using him for this back here, for what he wants to see happen back here. And this guy is so easily manipulated that it's just, you know, you can play him like a string. So there's a manipulative affair here, a man that's delayed or obstructed. There's some sort of a verbal transcript, a verbal record, a phone record. This could be transcripts from a meeting. But there's a document here, some sort of report about a meeting or a phone call or some sort of an interview. We can see here very difficult change or transformation to something that's very difficult and quite religious and dogmatic. And we're seeing here public office. So yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this. It's just basically he's just using him as a means to an end, because he wants to help transform the country into this very dogmatic religious institutions where all the courts, the government, everything. Also, another thing to note, they may also share views and have conversations in regards to immigration here, because the storks are migratory birds. They leave and they return. So he may be against immigration or making immigration quite difficult here. And if this is the country, he's open to having a wall and strong separation, making immigration difficult. And the reason I say that is because the tower, not only is it your enterprise, your governments, your institutions, your corporations, it's also a literal architectural thing, like a building that separates you from another person. So he's anti-immigration, making it difficult, and he's also, and this is also isolation. So this is quite possibly against immigration and being an isolationist country this way. And however he fit that into his dogmatic views, don't ask me, because last time I had read, way back when I was a small child, is the Jesus wasn't into that sort of stuff. But for some reason, these people have spun it to where it's like, Jesus loves everybody unless you're brown, Jewish, Muslim, or from a different country that you're poor and starving. So there's that. We can also see here that this document here, that him and this other person are perhaps working together and investigating, writing some sort of a report maybe, and perhaps to help clear him for the trial that's coming up in the government, or perhaps from other trials that may be coming up in the courts here. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off here. I'm going to edit this video and upload it. If you guys have any further requests or suggestions on anything you want me to read on, please let me know down in the description bar below, and I will be happy to write those down and get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.